Ladies and gentlemen, today it is my honor and privilege to bring you a test ride of the Honda Transalp. Now, some folks lovingly may call the Transalp the Africa twin, as it is the little brother, the middleweight entry in the segment. It shares the same 755cc engine as the newly entered into the United States Honda CB750 Hornet. Interesting factoid that I just learned, the engine in this bike was actually designed for the naked bike. It was designed for the Hornet, but we just got the Transalp here in the United States before the Hornet. So a lot of folks in our neck of the woods here in America might think, oh, it's interesting, they made this engine for the Transalp and then ported it to a sport bike and it just ends up being good in that. Other way around, it was actually made for the naked bike, and then they put it into an adventure bike. Other than the 750cc engine, you have inverse forks up front, Nissan calipers up front and in the rear. I forget the size of the calipers, I'll put it here with the other stats that I'm probably flowing through the camera. The suspension is adjustable manually. It is not an electronic system, but for $999 you can kind of expect that. Let's talk about some differences between this year's Transalp and last year's. One of the big differences is a 5-inch TFT up front with a new control mechanism that you'll see right up here. Have a little joystick that you'll use to get around the menus, and we'll dive into the TFT and that joystick in a little bit. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you might know that I have a 2025 Yamaha Tracer 9, but I actually heavily consider this bike, just because it's a great engine, it's a Honda, it's a good price point, so I really did consider it. The only reason I went with the Tracer over this is because I just don't see any dirt. And I know that a lot of people that buy these bikes don't see any dirt. They're mostly just an SUV of the car world, right? A lot of ADV bikes don't get any time in the dirt, much like many SUVs nowadays don't get any time in the dirt. But I wanted something with smaller, more nimble tires that was more naked sport bike feeling than more adventure bike feeling. If I saw any dirt in my day-to-day rides, I would have gone with this, but I live in Baltimore, so I don't. Nevertheless, this is supposed to be a very fun, engaging bike to ride. So why don't you say we hop on the dang thing and get going? Stop chattering away, Matt. Get to it. I want to see you ride this damn motorcycle. Oh my goodness, the seat height. Okay. So the seat height, I should have honestly used the peg to get up. The seat height on this bike is a very, honestly, it's pretty reasonable. It is a 33.5 inches, I believe. Okay, let's get going, and I will walk us through the ergonomics and general feeling of this bike. So right off the bat, ergonomically, other than the slightly higher seat height, it's very comfortable. I mean, this seat is a little hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. The seat's a little tough, but I'm not sure. You know, we'll see how comfortable it is over, you know, our ride here. So, nice far apart handlebars. The seat is, it's firm. I don't know how else to say it. It's very firm. I could not tell you how it feels after a long period of time, but right now it's comfortable. It's a decent shape, but yeah, very firm seat. The wind protection, what it has here, that it comes with stock, is honestly pretty good. I'm not feeling, let's get up to speed a little bit. I'm kind of feeling the buffeting just on my helmet, but it's keeping the wind off pretty much all of my chest. I'm 5'11", for reference. But overall, ergonomically, I mean, it's very comfortable, right? You're sitting basically bolt up straight, wide arm position, seat is comfortable. I think you're gonna want maybe a softer aftermarket seat if that's something that usually bothers you. But while we are in this beautiful little parking lot, let's see if we can do a 2-space U-turn. So let's see. Oh, we got a lot of turning angle, it seems. Okay, let's see. Line up, on the line, locked. Oh my, what? I didn't lock, and that was well within 2 spaces. Wow. All right, sorry. I guess I'm used to my bike and the Ducatis. I guess my bike probably has a similar turning radius, but I just test rode 2 Ducatis. 1.5, folks. 1.5. I put my foot down multiple times, but if you lock it, 1.5 is the turning radius on this. Generous. That's a generous, I mean, that's beautiful. Wow, all right, Honda Transalp, what are we saying? I have to say also, it does sound great. Let's actually hop off the bike here. I'm gonna give you all a little sound test, because it sounds nice. Very nice little bark. What a good, oh my goodness, lovely bike. I'm already in love with this thing, man. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. No, I mean, I'm not gonna trade my bike, and I just bought it. But not a bad little machine, folks. Not bad. I mean, I'm just I know I just started the test ride, but I guess I'm just impressed because it's really ergonomically comfortable. The turning radius to me is genuinely shocking for a bike that, you know, is an adventure bike. Yeah, very interesting, very interesting. I have to say, no wonder this engine came from a, you know, it's not shocking to me that this engine came from a naked bike, because it's so playful. Let's talk about the torque. It's nice. It's also just the sound. I just cannot get enough. All right, how do I switch modes here? We're gonna go put it into race. Okay, that's race. This is a fun test. So because of noise regulations, a lot of bikes, well, specifically the Yamaha triples, are getting neutered in second gear. And let's see if the Honda is. I'm gonna let this guy go by. I'm gonna ride in the dirt a little. Here, go past, friend. This is hey, you know what? This is the nice part about being on an adventure bike. I could ride on the dirt and the road. Here in second gear. Let's get up to 30. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to that. All right, let's do 30 to 70. How about that? Oh, it's too fast. But so let's talk about the around town mannerisms. I mean, I've been going pretty slow, you know, around town speeds like 20, 30 miles an hour. Ooh, we got a twisty road. Okay, just kidding. Psych. Screw that. Twisty road segment. Here we go. Whee! And you can keep it in second gear because it's not neutered. Oh, what a good sound it makes. What a good sound it makes. Those butterflies? What is this day made for me? They're greeting me. They're like, hey, you love this, don't you? Wow. I will say, when you get the bike up in the rev range between 6,000 and 8,000 RPM, I'm noticing a little bit of vibrations in the foot pegs. Nothing terrible, but definitely I think if you rode in that type of high, you know, in that type of high RPM range for a while, you might notice it, I would say. Okay, let's talk about the around town mannerisms. I mean, you saw from the slow speed riding how tight that turning radius is, and honestly, the where the, like, as far as the seat is up pretty high, but I tell you, other than the seat just being up high, it's really not offensive. All right, let's do highway speed test. All right, so this bike is perfectly happy to do highway speeds, obviously. The wind protection is still pretty good. If you want even more wind protection, they do sell an aftermarket, what do you call it? An aftermarket windscreen, Honda does. So if you need even more wind protection that it comes with, they got you covered there. But honestly, I think you might be a little hard pressed to, you know, for not being comfortable. So far, I'd say the only thing is this seat, it's a good shape. Honestly, it's a better shape than I thought. That was one of the things that put me off from it when I was considering purchasing one for myself. But the shape is not the issue. It's just the amount of cushion that you have on it. It's a good shape for me personally. But to be honest, everyone's ass is different. Everyone's sit bones are very different. If you get into riding a bicycle, there's a million different shaped seats for a million different butts. And, you know, it's because no one's got the same dumpy on them, so that would be why. The clutch and the shift lever are perfect. Perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. They feel very responsive. I know exactly, you know, the inputs that I'm giving it while I'm taking it. Like, when I'm shifting, it's very light, easy flick up and down. Like, when you get on a new bike sometimes, the feeling of the clutch is heavier or much lighter than you might be expecting. For example, the Husqvarna Vitpillen that I rode the other day was so light, I almost thought, like, I was like, okay, it's super light, but it almost felt cheap. And this doesn't feel cheap. It has a nice, satisfying click up and down. And yeah, I mean, it's a Honda. I feel like that's a pretty low expectation to be set, is like the shift lever's good, but I don't know, you know, it's good to talk about. I will say the TFT here, I like how simple this is. It gives you all the information you need, all the numbers and whatnot are clear. We could pull over for a second and maybe talk about some of the options here on the bike and go through the menus. So how you switch modes first is up on this little pad. Just tap it and it goes. There's 2 personal modes and 3 preset modes. The 3 preset modes looks to be standard, sport, as you can see, rain, and gravel. Oh, gravel, fun. It is an ADV, so there's that. Yeah, I just like how clear and simple the TFT is. I like how easy it is to navigate with this. And the actual switchgear on the bike is just really solid overall. It's a Honda, so you know, it is as high quality as it should be. And the mirrors so far are bomber. I noticed no shaking, and even though I had a little bit of vibration in the foot pegs, I didn't notice any of that here in the mirrors, so A+ for that. But man, there's almost... it's such a pleasant little bike, there's almost not much to say. The power delivery is good. It makes a nice sound. This is... I have to say, I like the exhaust a lot more than the stock exhaust on my bike, the Tracer 9. It just has a really nice rumble to it that you can kind of always hear. I guess you are expecting a little bit of vibrations in the foot pegs, because it is trying to mimic a V-twin, even though it's an inline twin. Its firing order is that of which it's trying to kind of mimic. Let's get into second gear and kind of have fun. A lot of torque down low. When you start to rev it out, it does kind of lose its punch, you know, up around 8,000, but that's to be expected. It's a twin, and boy howdy, just a pleasant bike. All right, but that's it. We got to bring her back to the, wow, what a fun, it does a rev match. When you downshift, it rev matches, huh? That's fun. Nice. Yeah, wow. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be impressed. It's a Honda. It's very, you know, it is the thing that they do, right? It's more affordable than basically anything else in this middleweight category of ADV bikes, and they nailed it. I mean, this is a fantastic bike. I usually say, would I have a hard time recommending this? God, no. No, if I had any inkling that I would hit dirt with my bike, I probably would have gotten this, but it's just not, you know, a thing very much near where I live, and I'm not seeking out to do that type of riding, really. But yeah, I mean, if you want a comfortable all-rounder that has some wind protection that you could do anything with, I don't know if you can beat it, unless you want to go full, you know, unless you want to go whole hog and get the Africa Twin, then by all means, go for it. But I think this is a lot more usable just because of the weight. Yeah, wow. A lovely bike, honestly. Oh, look, we got some dirt. We did it. We touched grass and dirt on the ADV bike. Look at us. Hey, look at us. A fantastic first ride, folks. Oh, and I didn't mention it, so let me mention it now. Thank you to Honda Power Sports of Crofton for letting me demo this beautiful Honda Transalp today. I had a lot of fun, and yeah, I really appreciate it, guys. It did admirably. So yeah, if you're in the Maryland area and you need a Honda, check out Honda Power Sports of Crofton. Again, thank you so much, guys, for letting me do this today.